Time sure flies when we're having fun, and we have already reached the end of the Artune Jewelry Roadshow. What that means for us is on this last day, we need to start thinking about what it's going to take to get the jewelry put away safely, to get the displays put away safely, so it can be shipped back across the country safely to its destination. And in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you're going to need to do to get that done. Sometime during the day, either you or your CDS manager should check receiving and locate all of the packaging boxes that the displays arrived in. Everything for the most part is going to go back into the box that it was shipped in, and it is a good idea to make sure that those boxes are located and that you have the correct number of them beforehand. Starting at about 15 minutes to closing, you can start bagging the jewelry. You'll take all of those little plastic bags you've been accumulating this entire show, and you're going to put it on everything. Start with the jewelry towers. Put a plastic bag on every single pendant that you can find, with the exception of the necklaces in the little square displays that pop up. By the way, while you're doing that, you can flatten those down. Put plastic bags on the necklaces on the T-bar. You can put 2 necklaces in a single plastic bag like this, and you're going to be wrapping that with saran wrap later. Take all the display earrings off the stands. Put those in plastic bags too. Gather them up in a single bag and put them in the drawer. While you're at it, pull the stands out and gather those and put them in the same bag as the earrings. Now that we've put a plastic bag on all of the necklaces and display earrings, it should be after closing at this point, and now we can start putting plastic wrap on everything else, namely the earring trees, the T-bars, and the bracelet bars. Wrap the necklace T-bars in plastic wrap like this, and you are going to lay them down in the box they were originally shipped to you in. Make sure you put a cover cloth in between each T-bar. This would also be a good box if you have the room to put in the extra bottomless busts and the busts that you had on the tables. By the way, the jewelry from those busts need to be put in plastic bags too. You can either put them in the drawer or in with the understock bags. When you wrap the earring trees, make sure you wrap them tightly. If you don't, the earrings will fall off during transit and it becomes a big mess. You will also put those back in the original box they came in, along with the cloth that was on top of the box they were sitting on. And now what we're going to do is take every single bracelet bar and wrap it with plastic wrap like this. Those are all going to go in the drawer. Now that the jewelry is bagged and wrapped up, now it's time to prepare the jewelry towers for breakdown. If you haven't already, hold down all of those little square pop-up displays. Unplug the power source. Very, very important. Before we're able to detach the light bar, we must first disconnect the red and black wires we put together when we set the towers up. Take off the cover on the top left-hand side of the light bar. You will see the connections for the red and black wires. Press down where you can before you pull out so you do not damage the wires trying to disconnect them. Doing it properly should be easy. Take your screwdriver and unscrew the light bar at both sides. Lift the light bar off, reattach the cover, and set it aside for now. Do not lose the screws. Put them in a plastic bag and take those and the power cord, put them in their own plastic bag, and put them in the drawer. Remember when we saved the foam when we unwrapped the towers at the beginning of the show? Now it's time to bring that back out, and we are going to rewrap that foam on the towers using plastic wrap. The foam comes in 2 sizes. If the foam looks like it doesn't fit, it doesn't. It's for another shelf. Put the foam on the shelf, and this should be a 2-person job. It's much easier that way. And start wrapping it up with the plastic wrap. Again, remember, this has to make it all the way across the country. When you wrap it tightly. Make sure that it's secure. When you're wrapping the top shelf, be sure to include the black and red power cords in with the plastic wrap. Make sure those are secure as well. For the bottom shelf, make sure you get some help. What you're going to do is take 2 of the 8x8 boxes that we used to display the earring trees. You're going to put them about a foot apart. With help, you are going to lift the tower onto those boxes and make sure they are wide enough apart for a roll of plastic wrap to go through them, because we're going to do the same thing, and with that plastic wrap, we are going to wrap up that last piece of foam to the bottom shelf. Have someone help you here too, because it's easier to have someone on the other side to pass the plastic wrap to. You can actually see the corner of the foam pulled down a little bit because it is being wrapped tightly. And here it is, one whole tower finished and wrapped and ready to be put into its box. And just for good measure, we're going to show you the process again one more time. Wrap it up, make sure the red and black wire is wrapped up, lift it onto the boxes, and again, make sure that you are wrapping it tightly. Look at how he's bending the foam down. You want to make sure nothing can move easily when it's in transit. This also locks the drawers down and keeps them from opening while being moved as well. Now that the towers are wrapped up and ready to go, we have reached our final step, which is to finally put them back in the shipping boxes. There will be two sizes for the boxes again, for the tall and short towers. I recommend taping the top of the box back so you can work a little bit more easily. Start pushing the tower in. Again, this is probably going to be a two-person job. These are meant to be a very snug fit. They are lined with foam to protect them while shipping. And again, I can't stress how important it is to grip the tower here underneath the second shelf so you can move it without any damage. Have someone stand in the back of the box, bracing it while you push the tower in carefully. If you find yourself struggling to get it to fit, tilt the box back and push it down. It will look like this when it's done and correct. Take the light bar you had set aside, turn it upside down, and place it carefully here, and make sure to put a piece of foam in between the light bar and the tower so they don't touch. For the extra space left over, if you still have any cover cloths, put them in there. And by the way, the tablecloths that the towers are sitting on, those have to go back too. Make sure you fold those tablecloths nicely and put them in that extra space. Don't forget the foam door, and then tape it up nicely. Remember, these have to go across country, so tape these up with respect and with care. There are a couple of things you will do differently with the short tower when you pack it away, so I'm going to go over it now. Again, remove the foam door, and instead of pushing it in, you are going to place it directly down into the box like this. Make sure that the foam stays up to the edge on all four sides of the box. Take your light bar, make sure the cover is on the light bar, and we are going to very carefully slide the light bar in like this. The sides of the light bar are actually made to bend in a little bit. Here you'll actually see him pushing the light bar side in just a little bit here, very carefully, so you can slide it in like this. This is how it will look when it's done correctly. Once you're done, put another tablecloth in, unfold the boxes that you had earring trees on. You're going to put those on top. Don't forget that foam door, and again, tape it all up really well. Then go back and make sure that every single box is taped up really well. Make sure to leave nothing behind aside from the 3 6-foot tables that belong to Costco. And we're done. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all of your hard work, and we'll see you next time.